Hi everyone, today I'm going to be displaying my insulator collection to you guys, which consists of 18 insulators, which 13 are glass, 3 are plastic, and 2 are mud insulators, also known as ceramic/porcelain insulators. Their insulators come in all shapes and sizes. They're not just one size. Some have 1 wire groove, some have 2 3 wire grooves. I don't have any that have 3, but I do have some that have 2. And some are just downright weird, such as this one right there, the dead end. Alright, now with that said, let's get to reviewing insulators. Alright, today the first insulator I have is the Hemingway 43, aka the CD214. Here it is. As you can see, this is the first insulator I've had. It's clear. It has a wire groove up on top. Also known as a saddle groove. And this was made in 1942. You see how the dots there. The 4 stands for 40, and then the 2 dots afterwards represents years. My bad. Which that means 1942. There's the 43. So the inside looks like. Let me see if I can fit. Oh, there it is. Right there. It's got a little chip down there, but that's alright. It doesn't really matter. You can see, made in America. And it's a nice insulator. It really is. But I got others to review, so on to the next one. Next up is my Hemingway 16 toll insulator, which is a CD121. This is my smallest glass insulator that I currently own. And you can see right here, it has the American Telephone and Telegraph Company emblem on it. Also has a 5 on its top. And it has a smooth base, so like the 43. And this insulator is, it's like a light blue color. Not exactly like, ice. It's not exactly ice, but it's not exactly like, Hemingway blue or a color in the middle. So this is like a mix of the two. So I found this one on the side of tracks in Conneaut, Ohio. First one I found in Eastlake by where the depot is. And this one I got at Conneaut. So on to the next insulator. Alright, next up is a more recent entry which I got about a week ago, as all this video is publishing, is my Hemingway 56 insulator, aka the CD203. This is the 2-wire groove insulator. Here it is. As you can see, there's a wire groove here, right about here, and there's another one right there. This is a clear insulator, which was made in 1958. 57 plus 1 dot. Again, made in America. Smooth top. That's what a top of 56 looks like if you've never seen one before. And other than that, I don't have much to say about it. It's only 2-wire groove insulator I have as of right now, but that may change. You never know. I might find one, I might buy one. Who knows? Next insulator. Next up on our list of insulators is my Hemingway 45, which I got at the same time as I got my 56 insulator. Hemingway 45, aka the CD155 insulator, is very familiar to Hemingway 42 with one major difference. Here's these two side by side. Right here we have to the right the Aqua 42. Actually it's the Aqua, it's Hemingway, my bad. And we have the Hemingway 45 here, as you can see here. You can see here there's the date code right here. Hopefully this is picking up okay. But you see there are 5 dots there, so 42 plus 5 is 47. This is made in 1947. Now the big difference between a 42 and a 45 is, if you see right here, see how smooth this is? Right here, see if I can visualize that for you. And then over here, if you look at the 42, I'll talk about this one a little bit, is that it has a lot sharper of a dip. Up here is also a little, see right, there's a little groove up there. 45 doesn't have that. But other than that, these two insulators are basically identical, but at the same time, no insulator is identical, so they're all different, let me tell you. But one thing I forgot to mention with the 56 is that these both, looking closely there, They have corrugated bases, which these are only two insulators I have that have them. These are on the newer insulators, newer referring to past 45. And like it's past that period of time they started making them with these instead of the dip points, which are like sharp and then sometimes they're rounded. Some of them don't even have dip points or this at all, so just wanted to point that out before I move on. Next up, we have the Armstrong DP1. This is very familiar to a Hemingway 45. This is the only Armstrong insulator I have, so I'm gonna try the best I can to describe it. This I got from my grandfather. He is a big insulator collector. I got this from him about 2 weeks ago, and cleaned it up. Looks good. See here, very familiar date code. So that's 6 dots. Try to get off the light. So this was made in 1967. So that's very late for insulator. Now this compared to a 45. They really, you can't, like if you're from a distance, you cannot tell these apart. They're that related. The only difference is the manufacturer. Armstrong is not related to Hemingway in any way, shape, or form. So, moving on. Next up in my insulator collection is probably one of my most unique insulators that I have. This one I also got from my grandfather. This is the Hemingway 60 Mickey Mouse. You can see that this has sharp dip points, and this is probably my most unique insulator as of right now. At least one of my more unique ones, probably most unique at that. Camera isn't really focusing in that good. But yeah, you can see right here, this is Hemingway. And then at the back it says number 60. This doesn't have a date code because this insulator is older. They didn't really start doing date codes until like after World War II or around that period. Not really sure, but yeah, you can see they have the horns. This is pretty sure this is turquoise. This is a turquoise, like this doesn't look like it. It looks like Hemingway blue, but this is actually a turquoise insulator. This is probably my most unique piece and probably my rarest insulator that I own as of right now. So, moving on to the next insulator. Next up is another old insulator I have. This is my green Hemingway 40. You can see that this is actually a predecessor to the 42, which I'll talk about next. You can see here that it says patented May 2nd, 1893. That's when this insulator is patented and started production. I don't know the age of this insulator, but I can tell you this much: is before World War II is this insulator. Another insulator my grandfather gave me, Hemingway 40. This guy is really beat up. You see, there's the air bubble over there. 2 air bubbles. Those are common on insulators. Nice little tree if you see that with it. But yeah, you got lots of cracks on this insulator. Little flea bite right there, and like right here has a big like fracture of the glass. Ugh, can't talk today. Yeah, this has round dip points, and then that's where a fracture is. But yeah, this is the predecessor to the 42. I have more than one, yes. You could, yeah, they're very familiar. This came after this one did. So, all right, on to the 42. So, this is a Hemingway 42. They're everywhere. Enough said, but not enough said. These guys come in a lot of different colors. I got bust out my other 242s while I'm at it. These are very common. This one is aqua. This one is Hemingway blue, the only one I have. You can see that it has 2 petticoats, which are inside. This is the first right here, and then right here's the second. So, if you're gonna, yeah, usually these come in Hemingway blue, although there's also straw, which I don't have an example of. There's also like aqua. There's a whole bunch of colors for these guys. So, yeah. On to the next insulator. Next up are my Hemigrade 21 CD145 beehives. These insulators I got from my grandfather, and they're kind of unique because there's not many of them that look like this, at least of this shape. Most of them have 8s on the top of them, at least of that. These are their skirt, if I didn't mention already. Insulators, at least of this type. The reason why I got the nickname beehive, because you look at the inside of them, that looks like a beehive. And that's pretty simple. And I actually do have another variant, but it's actually quite rare, is a petticoat 145 beehive. This is a unique insulator. This is rare. This is my only ice car insulator. It's not clear because if you see how that has tip picks up, got that there. There's my 43 for example, so it's closest by me. See how there's a difference? If you're not sure if it's ice or not, take a look at the light. If it has a car color for it, and it ain't exactly like aqua, then it's ice. But about the petticoat insulator, this says label petticoat, of course. But if not people observe this, but there's no 8s on top of this. But if you take a look here, you can see that it spirals upward on the petticoat insulator of the other one. Also, if you notice, hold these up at level, zoom in on them. Yeah, the wire groove's a little lower on these guys. I don't know why that is, but if it's a petticoat insulator, the wire groove's usually lower. Now I'm on to the next insulators. Next up are kind of my ugly ducklings of my collection, but at the same time, I still have them. I found all 3 of these. These are my Free Musketeer HK Porter plastic insulators. These are usually collectors don't really like this kind of insulator. It's considered ugly. I think you can see why. These are actually kind of a straw color, but this is the best example I got. This is what the inside of them looks like. See, HK Porter. Yeah, that's its mold number, I think. But these are just free insulators I found on the side of tracks one day on down pulls. So they're nice. They're a real tidbit, but honestly, they really don't. I really don't have much to say about them. Gotta be honest. Next insulator. Oh boy, this one's a weird one. I think you know this one was coming. The Deadhead. Actually, it's Dead End, but I like to call it Deadhead. So made by Rocco, yeah. And this one at the end of the insulator wires that by the ground, and this basically served as like an end loop for the wire. You can see it right around right there, and there's another one that went down there. And basically, this insulator served one purpose only. It ended the wire off. But this is my smallest insulator of all my insulators, so yeah, that's all I gotta say about the Rocco Dead End. Last but not least, I got this weird ceramic insulator from my grandfather about 2 weeks ago. So it's really weird. I don't know the name of it, and honestly, I'm just glad to have it. Well, that's all the insulators I have. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and that's it.